Hello and welcome, or welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler, also known as The Ches, and this is Chezzy Tunes, where I try to bring humor and entertainment to the EDM space. Today we're going to be checking out the brand new Beast Boy album that recently dropped, Wings and Fangs, and that is courtesy of this comment right here. So that does mean I read your comments. I do actually take your requests. So if you have any requests for artists, EPs, albums, whatever, that you want me to react to, please leave them in the comments. The only thing I request is that they are somewhat recent releases, so something that released in maybe the past week or two, or something forthcoming that you want me to check out when it drops. So keep those requests coming. I already have a list I'm going through, so I'll just keep adding to it. As far as Beast Boy goes, I know for a fact I've heard a Beast Boy song. I recognize the name, but I can't say that I have any recollection of any of his music in particular. So I'm going in pretty blind here. I don't really have any preconceived notions of how he sounds or his style. So I think that's the best way to do it. We're just gonna jump in blind and give our opinion. Also want to very quickly say before we get started, I really appreciate all the support I've already gotten on this channel. This is only my third video and yet you guys are so proactive in the comments. You're so engaged. The amount of feedback I'm getting, the requests that I'm getting. If I posed a question in the video, you guys give me an answer in the comments. Like, it's really impressive and I'm very thankful for each and every one of you. So thank you so much. I am trying to build a community here. I do want to interact with you guys. I want to hear your opinions. And of course, as always, music is subjective. If there's something that you like that I don't, or vice versa, I completely encourage discussion in the comments. It's perfectly fine if we have different tastes. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what makes this so fun. So keep them coming, even if you think it's something I wouldn't like. Send it my way. I'm open to trying new things. Just be aware that I am going to state my opinion as openly and honestly as I can. And with that, let's don the headphones and jump into the first track of this album. All right, Beast Boy, Wings and Fangs. It looks like this is a 15-song album. And we're going to get started with Dream 704 by Beast Boy and sydcxx. Let's go. Got a little producer tag in there, okay. That's tasteful. Shout out to anyone that sings on all these EDM related tracks. They're always so talented. Okay, I like the little wow. Whoa. Production so far is very solid. Oh. Ooh, the bass, the sub. I don't have too much to say. It's just a vibe, you know? Production is solid, very, very solid. This isn't the type of song I think I would throw on and like really actively just like, but it would go into a playlist and, you know, come on and I'd vibe out to it. It's a little more laid back of a style, you know? I want to be in a pitch black room with all my homies. Well, maybe not pitch black. That would be kind of weird. Maybe the stars above twinkling, a silent disco with all my closest friends, all two of them. That would be a vibe. That'd be a real vibe. All in all, not a bad opener. I do want to pose another question since the last one I posed seemed to strike and people actually answered it. To any of the vocalists that appear in a lot of these EDM related tracks, how did you get involved? How do you go about, do like the artists usually contact you? Do you reach out to artists that you like? Just how do collab processes work in the EDM industry? If there's any vocalists that have sung on some EDM songs, what's your experience like? Again, I really want to like interview people and just get more insights. But let's move into track 2 here. Won't Feel Love the Same. Again, just a vibe. Build up. Build up. Is it going to be the same kind of vibe? We're getting something different? Ooh. All right. I do enjoy this kind of stuff. I've gotten more into this kind of stuff recently. And I'm a sucker for pitched up vocals for some reason. I don't know. Just a happy mood, man. Makes me smile. You see this? Music, baby. I like this one better. This is more my speed. Like that percussion. Like it's doing just enough, you know? It's got just enough elements. All right, drop 2. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna vibe out to this for a minute. Also, I'm wearing shorts. It's a weird outfit. Don't judge me, okay? Don't judge. You weren't supposed to see this. I say as if I didn't know I was gonna stand up at some point during the video. I always stand up. Okay. Yeah, this is just solid. It's just happy. It's just fun. That was 4 minutes too. That flew by. Yeah, that was like so my speed. Again, not like revolutionary or anything, but just not really a negative thing to say about it. Like it just hits. It's just a vibe. I'm gonna probably be saying that a lot if he keeps this up. I'm gonna keep saying it's a vibe. This is such a vibe. I've only done 2 videos so far, but I feel like once we're like 40 videos deep, I'm gonna start repeating myself. Maybe not even that long, but bear with me. I'll bring out a thesaurus. I'll start reading the dictionary. I'll try to find more adjectives and ways to describe these things. But hopefully at least my expressions and my reactions, my body language will speak for itself as well. We'll see. I'm happy, like, I'm just so happy. All right, next up is So High, Beast Boy and Jack Blom. Okay, again, a different style here. Jack Blom. What's the best producer tag you've heard? What we got? What kind of vibe we got this time? Whoa. Damn, the scratching goes crazy. Oh, it's so tasteful. Ooh, I really like that scratching. That's really sick. I don't usually say sick when describing music specifically. I say sick a lot, but not with music. That's sick. Hey, y'all played DJ Hero or used to play DJ Hero? That was like so my thing. I loved that game, both those games. I'd be killing this song on DJ Hero if it was on there, man. Without the scratching, it wouldn't be as, like the scratching takes it up so many notches. It's so fun. I wanna go to a Beast Boy show now. Gotta check the tour dates. Beast Boy, if you see this, you come to the DC area. There's a lot of clubs around here. You come to a DC area, I'll be there. Okay. It's just the type of music you can't sit still with, you know? You just... Again, without the scratching, it's pretty simple, but not that simple is bad. Because it's so well crafted. It's well put together. It's just enough to get you bouncing, but the scratching then takes it up like, ugh. I enjoyed the first half more than the second half, but solid all around, solid all around. 3 for 3 so far. It's so different when I'm like enjoying a project compared to where I'm struggling to get through it. Just a smile on my face, just a happy boy. All right, Just Waiting, track number 4, let's go. So far, I admire the cohesiveness of the album. They all have a similar vibe, but they're still different. They all have like a vocal, kind of that whimsical tone to them, kind of dreamy, you know? Especially this one. This one's really like mellow, kind of trudging around, eyes closed, just walking aimlessly down an empty road. I used to take a lot of late night walks, like 2 a.m. as a kid or with my friends in our neighborhood. It was a safe neighborhood, don't worry. And this reminds me of just those kind of vibes. And again, the vocals. I love these kind of samples. They get me so hype and happy. Again, this one's similar to Dream 704 for me. Like, it's a good vibe. Production's obviously great, but not the type I would put it on shuffle, and if it came on, I'd vibe out, but I'm not scrolling to look for Just Waiting and putting that on, if that makes sense. I wouldn't skip it, but I wouldn't select it, you know? The thing about these kind of vocal samples is, I guess they're just nostalgic for me, because it's a lot of this type of stuff I used to listen to when I was younger, first getting into the genre. A little bleepy bloopy for my taste, a little too bleepy bloopy for my taste. But this one isn't quite my tastes. And I can tell it's not my taste because this one's also 4 minutes long, but by this point, I'm like, not as into it. You know, I'm like, all right, still got another minute to go. But still fits right into the rest. So far, this is a very cohesive project. I mean, we're only 4 songs deep, but I admire when an album feels like a concept. It feels like the tracks were supposed to be a part of this album, not just a collection of things that I finished up, you know? But yeah, I feel like I got my thoughts out pretty good on that one, so we'll just keep on moving. What am I doing wrong? That's a mood right there. So far, not too much though, Beast Boy. I feel like you're doing things right so far. I mean, you are on the Teen Titans after all. You must be doing something right. I like this little melody in the background. Like the almost like ticking, like clock almost sound. Play that shit, Beast Boy. I keep telling him. I'm excited. Is this melody gonna become more front and center? Give it to me, come on. Oh no. Definitely a different direction than I was expecting. Different vibe than I was expecting. Again, a lot of little things added, just a lot of details, a lot of different samples and sounds in there. This is cool. Second half. Okay. Halftime here, all right. So far, this is just one of those albums where like none of these are turning me away. This is something I would like own on vinyl and just have it on and just keeps that vibe going the whole time, but keeps changing. You know, we got some more upbeat ones, we got some more mellow tunes, we got songs that do both depending on where you are in the song. It just flows, it just keeps flowing. The melodies on this one are really pleasant. Yeah, again, it's very consistent, very cohesive. Not all of them are enough for me to, again, like select them. Like I wouldn't go out searching, what am I doing wrong? And gotta throw that one on. It's the type of project so far, the type of album that you really kind of fall into. You really get immersed in it, you know? It just puts you in this bubble. It puts you in this space, this headspace, this mindset, throws you into this vibe that it's creating and keeps you there. Track number 6, Valentine's Curse. More fun little melodies. The synths and instruments that are being used for some reason are very nostalgic for me, like I mentioned, which I live for nostalgia, so those earn bonus points for that. And does Beast Boy sing? Like, is this Beast Boy? I'm not familiar with him, or is this just another sample? So any insights you have, or Beast Boy, if you're seeing this, let me know. Give me some other things to check out by you. Give me your life story. I'm also a big sucker for any song that has repeating vowel sounds. The oohs, the ahs, the uhs, the e's, sometimes y's. Is it just this kind of vibe the whole time? We don't have like a drop per se. I'm cool with that. No more scratching in there, you know? Just to remind me, we still got the turntable here. Don't gotta use it on every song, but we have that power. Shall we choose to use it? So far, this was the least interesting, the least memorable for me. I don't think it really did anything that's gonna stick with me, but again, still fits very nicely into the album. Still feels like a part of the album, but pretty, I wouldn't say boring. It's more so just very one note throughout. It kind of just keeps this through line of the same vibe. It just kind of stays here the whole time. So that one was fine. Next up, Front Seat. Also, I don't know, it's on Spotify at least, it's split into disc 1 and disc 2. So I guess the first half is over and we're moving into disc 2 now. I don't know if that has any significance, if there are different vibes in the second half. I don't know, but I guess worth noting. Disc 2, Front Seat. Got a little storm in there. It's getting stormy. We might get a little wet, boys. I don't mind getting a little damp out here. I think this album, again, it's very much that vibe of laying in your bed at night, all the lights are off, your eyes are closed, there's a storm outside, a light storm, the rain's pitter-pattering on your window, and you just throw this album on, you're just vibing out. Okay, we're picking up here. I see. We were in the back seat. We were vibing out the back seat, maybe dozing off. Now we're in the front seat. We're bopping. We got the aux, baby. Give me the aux. Plug it in. Turn it up, Beast Boy. What you got? All right. Oh, shoot. I made up a new word just now. Oh. Oh my God. There's so... I can't keep up. I don't have time to comment on what's happening. Ah! I take back what I said. The storm has now woken us up. We have gotten out of bed. We were struck by thunder, and now our body is being electrocuted. We're gonna change it up for the second drop. God, I love scratching so much, man. Just that like little scratch right as it's dropping is so tasteful, so tasteful. I can't just, I got a smile on my face. It's so fun. Oh, whoa. The rhythm of the night, baby. There's a lot happening. I mean, it's like chaotic, but not in an offensive way. It's just wild. It's just energetic, you know? There's so much oomph. In general, a lot of the individual sounds aren't particularly memorable or interesting on their own. Like if the song, like the main ba, 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 if it was just focused on that more on its own, I think it lacks power. I think it lacks interest. It's kind of eh. And that's how a lot of the sounds are. However, because there's so many different sounds and the scratching and the vocals and the samples that come in, there's so many elements, there's so many sounds placed throughout that you never have time to even realize that any of them are uninteresting on their own. It's just kind of like, whoa, like you're just, it's like changing the channel on a radio almost. It's like, we got this, then we got, ooh, come back. Oh, here's the rhythm of the night. Now we're back to, you know, but in a good way. Almost feel bad trying to comment over that song. Very cool song. Again, production across the board has been very solid. So far, I'm impressed, even if not all of it's necessarily for me. But something called Psychotic, we're in the front seat. Now we're going real crazy, you know? Kind of that droning, weird, almost annoying, you know something's about to happen kind of vibe. Oh, got like a re-space in there. Jeez, came out of nowhere. I wasn't ready for that. I'm scared. Oh my. The scratching is so fun. Oh. It's that one punch, that one bam. Just that one hit is so juicy, so beefy. God, I love that one hit. Oh, I swear the scratching adds like 3 points to any drop. Wow, that one's energetic. Wow, I'm like uplifted. My eyes are open. Whoa. Just the aggression of that, it really slaps you. I was gonna do a punch and I said slap, so that just came out weird, but you know, only 2 minutes, 14 seconds, but there's a lot packed into that thing. I've gone on record in both my previous videos, and I'll say it again here. I'm not a fan of really screechy, whiny noises, which this one does have, but I feel like it's not super present in the mix. It's not like the main focus. It's kind of just backing the main emphasis. It's like emphasis, but with oomph, you know, emphasis. Yeah, that one was fun. Damn. Wow, the second half is such a different vibe from the first half. Good Lord. Compulsory. Let's keep it moving. Compulsory, next track. Let's go. Some of these intros are a little weak, just like the initial intro, but the actual builds and switch right into the drop are always so good with a little scratch, a little oomph, a little whatever. But like these parts, sometimes they're... You see the build get you ready. The build's coming. Like the build, it's building. The build is building. Can the dropping? I like that kind of double clappy snare. That's cool. I like that. That's just one extra clap in there. Adds so much interest. Again, very much respected on a production standpoint. The little flares, the little touches, you know, it's just that little bit of interest. The one extra little clap in there, a little scratch in there. It's those tiny little things that elevate an artist, that make you stand out amongst a Knights of the Round Table compilation, for instance. It's the double claps, man. It makes it so much more bouncy. But yeah, I don't feel like the main part here is changing enough. The main sound has been pretty consistent throughout. And since it's not my type of thing, it's starting to feel a little repetitive. Kind of a boring outro, just kind of fading out the beat. I don't think it was completely deserving of its almost 5-minute runtime. Next up, we got another feature, so that's fun, another collab. WHIPLASH, which sounds like a good track name. For some reason with this kind of music, the more aggressive the song title, the more hyped up I get. Like, oh, this one's called Shatter My Leg. And I'm like, oh, sick, it's gonna snap my femur in half. I'm so excited. Like, ooh, I look forward to that, please. Put me in the hospital. Give it to me, make my neck hurt. All right, we ran it back. What's that sample saying? Okay. This one's not really doing it for me. I don't think the little additions are doing much for it. I don't really like the main sounds here. I also feel the main, like, the intro, the bridge, and everything are kind of, almost feel like it doesn't fit with the drop, in my opinion. Maybe the second half will get me, I don't know, let's see. Maybe it'll give me whiplash because the second half will be so much cooler than the first half. I mean, that scream catches me off guard. Whiplash! I like that sample, that's cool. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about it. It's just not, I don't know. It's just not really hitting. Definitely weakest so far on the second half here. Next up is Double Dutch. One of my favorite things to do in my free time, I'd say. If anyone's down to Double Dutch with me, hit me up. Bust out the jump ropes, everybody. We're going back to the schoolyard with this one. All right, quick build up here. Getting right into it, let's go. Ooh, that woo. Some of this is pretty beefy. I was gonna say I don't like the wing wah, wah. Those kind of noises don't do it for me, but it got them out of there quick enough. Are they gonna bring them back? Drop it like beast fuck. Like this one would go pretty crazy live. I would have a good time live, but I don't, just that like want like ping ponging kind of sounds. I don't like to be ping ponged. I'm the jump rope. I'm being double dutched, you know, I'm womp. So I get it, fitting name. It had some juice. It had some protein in there, you know. Not quite for me, not quite there, but solid. We haven't had any liquids yet, and God forbid we get a gas. What you know about this? But it has a period, even though that's kind of a question.
Play that shit, beast boy.
Uh-oh. It's a long little fake out here, but uh-oh. The real ones know why I'm saying uh-oh. This is really long. Yeah, this is not my thing. I've been recently introduced to the term square 4 rhythm. I don't know if this classifies as it. It's a little better, a little more beef to it, but this style is not, it's really not something I'm into. Also, I feel like this one's doing the least in terms of extra things being added. It's just kind of allowing the main sound to do the heavy lifting, and given that I don't like that type of sound, it's not being lifted very much. It is quite heavy. It is hard to lift. I am hurting my back trying to hold it up. Okay. Hit it, drop it, beast boy fuck, drop, beast boy. Yeah, this one's just so not for me. It's cool if it's for you, it is not for me. This one would be skipped if it came on. I don't know, it just like, it does nothing for me, it does nothing. But also, judging it on a Beast Boy level here, like strictly speaking in the context of this album, I feel like it did the least with the second half. Like with the dubsteppy or rhythmy songs on the second half here, I feel like it did the least. So even just on that level, contextually within the album, I feel like it's weaker. Let's keep moving though. Scream for me. You gonna make me scream, Beast Boy? Sheesh. Take me out to dinner first. Well, I guess I was in the front seat. Maybe we were on our way. Ah! Have you ever screamed before? Like genuinely screamed? I don't think I've genuinely screamed before. Like full on like, ah! I'm not gonna do it, but like guttural. From down under, just raw. I feel like I've heard that sample in a song recently. Still not really blown away or too impressed with like just the intros. Once it gets to the build, he hits his stride. But some of these intros, and especially in the second half here, haven't been too interesting. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's too high-pitched screechy for my style, but that was kind of cool. I think it's Ed Beast Boy there. It's kind of almost hard to discern. I mean, he's keeping it fun, keeping it interesting, but it's just screechy. I mean, it is called Scream for me. I don't know what I was expecting, but... All right, my throat hurts from screaming, so maybe it'll sound a little different now, you know? Now that my throat's a little raw, got a little bit of a sore throat, you know? Maybe now I'll have that kind of deep, sexy voice you get when you're sick for the second half. No. This guy just took a Halls and he kept on going. Took a cough drop and kept on screaming. Unfazed. That throat is lubricated. And the lung capacity on this guy. Screaming endlessly. I mean, it's doing a lot, but not for me. I'm just an observer. Yeah, I don't know. This final chunk here just is not my speed. I'm glad it's all contained in the same area. Next up is another feature, Beast Boy and XAE, Blood to Ashes. It's kind of a cool name. Let's see if it's a cool song. Needs more... Oh, no. Just adding a to the top. Ah, man. I don't think the drop meets the level of aggression that the vocals do. It feels a little muddy. I got too drunk at the party and I'm throwing up in the toilet and just hearing the music vibrate in the porcelain that surrounds my head. Yeah, still not doing it for me. Still not doing it for me. Last track, Weapon X. Let's see if Weapon X is effective. Kind of like a drunk bumblebee. Ballsy opening. Is Weapon X just bees? You got one more chance, baby. Bring it home for me, Beast Boy. Come on, come on, come on, please, come on. This is definitely more beefy. I don't think it's done enough for me yet, but it's got more power. That was kind of fun. This is too... Yeah. You know exactly what I mean. Just sped up. Okay. Got like almost drum and bass. I mean, I'm vibing, I'm bopping, I'm dancing, but it's just too, it's scratching. It's scratching at me. I don't like it. It's too metallic, like Banging pots and pans. You had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie. So that was the Beast Boy album, Wings and Fangs, which I think is appropriate because it is kind of split into two halves. The first half is much more melodic, a little more mellow. A lot of that, again, like laying down in your bed, listening to the rain outside, just headphones on. Then it's the thunder is striking, the lightning is hitting, there's flashes outside, the window has shattered, there's a tornado in the distance, hurricane coming, it's getting crazy, crank up the volume, dubstep, heavy hitting bass tracks. So I do like that. That being said, the first half, again, is something I would definitely just put on and just vibe out to. It had such cohesive vibes. It had such a strong sense of identity. Like, it really just keeps that same tone throughout. And it's a lovely tone. Again, it felt nostalgic. It felt relaxing. It felt stress-free, you know, and that was really pleasant. It was really pleasant. Although some of them were kind of too mellow, not too mellow, too just one note, forgettable, especially Valentine's Curse. But things like Won't Feel Love the Same and So High were definitely standouts. Definitely vibe with those. I think it was pretty obvious just watching my reactions. The second half, however, is so hit or miss. It was almost disappointing for me. Like Front Seat and Psychotic, those are good songs. Those are good tracks. Those are my speed. They do a lot of interesting things. They're fun, they're energetic, they're a little chaotic. Like, woo. But the rest of them just were not quite there. Again, some of them, it was just because they weren't my taste, but others were just, I don't feel like we're doing enough compared to some of the other songs on this album. Like, I don't feel like there was enough detail there, enough interest there. And I also feel like the surrounding pieces, the intros, the bridge, the outros of the second half of this album were weaker. They weren't as interesting. They felt a little lackluster. And then when most of the drops were not my taste or lacking the punch or a little grating, it just didn't help the cause. So the second half I'm not as strong on, especially the last 4 tracks or so. They just really, they're very specific styles that if you were into them, I'm sure you really enjoyed them, but they're not my style. And so therefore they just really weren't hitting for me. But again, Front Seat and Psychotic were way up here. They were really good. And then Won't Feel Love the Same was probably my favorite from the first half. That one is so my shit. It's really solid. I don't think overall I was disappointed. I'm more so disappointed because there were so many highs and so many things I did enjoy about the music and the style of Beast Boy that the last section did disappoint. It just let me down so hard because I was expecting it to keep the momentum. So maybe a little disappointed by that final stretch there, but overall, I follow Beast Boy. I'm going to add a couple of these to my playlist. I'm very thankful for the recommendation, and I very much appreciate a lot of the production that Beast Boy puts into these songs. I think the sample work was phenomenal across the board. I like a lot of the intricate things. A majority of the songs did a lot of interesting things, kept it moving, added the samples, added the scratching. It was just some of them that were more monotonous or using the types of sounds that just are not for me, but fun album. And I believe the comment, it was this is his debut album, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely proud of you, Beast Boy. I know your eyes were on me to tell you I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, son. But I don't think I would come back to this album consistently, especially not all the way through. That first section, the first half, I'd probably throw that on. But as a whole, I don't think I could sit through this whole album again. I don't think I would willingly go through the entire track list. There would definitely be a lot of skips for me, personally. But a fun journey nonetheless. So with that, I do just want to again say thank you to everyone. The amount of support I've gotten has been overwhelming. I've been really impressed with how much you guys are like passionate about the music, like how many comments you've left, how many people have weighed in with their opinions, how many people have left suggestions, how many people have just like said that they're excited to see more from me. So, you know, I'm going to keep it going. And again, if you're an artist, if you want to become mutuals, if you want to share music with me, like I really am passionate about this type of music. I'm passionate about talking about it, about trying new genres, listening to new artists, sharing my love for music with other people. So keep it coming. I want this to be a community. I want this to be a back and forth. I want to engage with you guys. And if there's anything else I can do to make this more enjoyable for you, please let me know. Other than that, again, leave a like if you want, subscribe if you feel so inclined, follow me on TikTok, follow me on X/Twitter, And yeah, leave more suggestions. Keep on jamming out, my dudes. Peace.